Okay, we're gonna try this again. There's a smile. See, that one there was that was a real one. That one just came like this is a real smile. I'm sure you can tell my real ones from my fake ones because I don't got fake ones, eh? You seen that fake smile? I don't fucking fake smile. Yeah, dude. Certain people, you're daffy again, eh? But he lets me know when my invisible friend's around because I don't trust that bastard. He keeps following me in the shower. Me and the other two guys. Four of us in the shower, it gets crowded. I can't smoke a joint. Cancer sucks, man. I ain't got the kabunction to get the. Tell me if I like my mustache wet. Huh? See, I'm a pro, man. I remember smoking pot and we didn't know you were supposed to see the matchbox cost $5. Wooden matchbox, and the matchboxes were bigger than they are today too. The matches were bigger. But a matchbox full of pot was $5, was a nickel. So two of them were a dime. You didn't buy ounces, you bought lids. Lids were 4 fingers. Well, I looked for the biggest pot dealer in town, Johnny Edison. He had a hand on him like a fucking, I don't know what. You could put a whole pizza in one of his hands. So I bought my weed off him because he had the 4 biggest fingers in town. So him and Johnny Kenny, they both had big hands. You buy an ounce, you buy a lid off them, you got 4 fingers. It was big. They didn't have baggies and all that shit back then. You put it in whatever you could put it in. Plastic bags, scales, and all that shit. And then, I don't know how many people know this, but an ounce is supposed to have 32 grams, eh? When I went into prison, an ounce of heroin had 32 grams. When I came out of prison, ounces of weed, ounces of mescaline, PCP, whatever, I got out of prison, ounces got 28 grams. Like what? The gram man tick off the top 4? Like who gets those 4 grams off everything? Because even legitimate businesses are doing it now. There's supposed to be 32 grams in an imperial ounce. None of my business, right? None of my business, but they're supposed to be 32, not 28. And I don't understand. I go to prison for a few years and come out. You guys fuck everything all around, man. Fuck me all up. Start talking about scales and shit like that. Like, $100 for an ounce of weed. Fucking, I was paying 20 when I went in. And that's I started worrying about you all because, I leave you alone for a few years. I go in and pay my time, do my time. See the family and shit because everybody was in there except Noel. But we don't talk about him too much. They were the scary years. How giggy I heard. I don't know, I lost contact with all that stuff years ago. If I hadn't gone to prison, I'd be dead. Very few people know this, but I think I was still in reception when RCMP came to me and showed me the list that Noah had. The guy said he was going to kill, and I was on it at number 7. That was probably because I owed him $20 one time. I did spit on him just before I got busted that day. He beat the crap out of me. It was a good fight. A good fight. I felt like a champion after that one, boys. Didn't get a black eye though, but he fucked up my ribs good. A bunch of guys broke us up and were fighting at a corn boil over a girl from St. Pierre, Miquelon, if I remember correctly. A French girl. Didn't work out too good for me. Noel's a scrapper, I'm a pussycat. I can't fight. Look at the scars on me. I can't fight. I had a black eye once. Twice in my life I've had black eyes. First time I think I was 8. I never knew how to ride a bicycle. So at the top of Pitt Street Hill, I stole this kid's bike and I flew down the hill. Not Pitt Street, I forget. It might have been Linster went this way. Yeah, Pitt Street. Going down towards St. John the Baptist School, I guess. There's a church. But no, I didn't know how to put the brakes on. So I come flying down the hill faster and faster. I didn't know you pedaled backwards to put the brakes on. Now you tell me this wasn't a religious thing. I flew up the front stairs of the church and the doorknob of the church door hit me right here. I still got the scar. You probably can't see it here. Right across there. I was off school for like 4 months, fractured my skull, both my eyes were closed for like 2 weeks. I almost did in my whole fucking body, man. Like the full force of me coming down there, if I was going 30 kilometers an hour, that's how, just like a cough up a lung. There it goes. Oh, that hurts, eh? Try that at home, kids. Okay, okay. Nurse. Oh fuck! I wish you could, ding the button. Uh, yeah. 30 or 40 miles an hour. I bet you I was going when I hit that church. It was the first time I went to church alone, and the last time I went alone too. But they didn't keep me. I remember they kept me in the hospital one night for saying I remember them saying I fractured my skull here. I saw it fall. Like, I think school had just started. I'd only been back a week. I went to school like 3 days, and I was off until after Christmas. And then I remember I went back to school. I was only at school about 3 weeks, and I got the mumps. So that year I missed a lot of school. I was living with that bastard. I put his eye out, the Campbell. So when I got up in the morning before I could do anything, I had to go out in the porch, and he'd give me a spanking with a switch, with the stick, branch off the tree for the sins I may commit before I go out. When I went out, and then when I come home from school, I had to go in and pull my pants down. I put up with that for like 2 months, and then just one day I picked up the poker from the fireplace and I shoved it right in his fucking eye. And then I ran to the school. I honest to God, that's what I did. I knew I was in danger. They were beating me more and more every day and keeping me locked in the room and that. So I said, no, I got, I'm Irish, eh? I'm a fucking, excuse my language. I'm a burner. You ain't tying me down, bro. You know, I'm going down, and I'm getting right back up, and I'm going down, and I'm going to keep. Even if you knock me out 100 times, if I can get up the 101th time, I'm going to get up. I'll be like the night guard in the bridge in Monty Python's. Come back here and fight me like a man with no arms, no legs. I'll seal test you, buddy. Now I got myself all mixed up. I was talking about good pot, I guess. Thank you, nephew, son, for the good pot today. I like it, the good the marijuana. I liked it so much I burned it so nobody could steal it. My nephew, son. He's like a son to me, so I call him nephew, son. And there was a point in his life where his brothers used to tease him all the time and tell him I was his real dad, but he understands now that I'm not his real dad. Like, what is a real dad? Do they even make them? That's like a real mom. We're disposable now. Do you know that the Canadian Christian Society considers a marriage that lasts 5 years to be a success? These are the same people that get you to vow till death do you part, in sickness and in health. But they're telling you, or 5 years, whichever comes first. Depending on your prenup. Yeah, it's in their doctrine that they consider it a successful marriage if you make it to your 5th anniversary. Jenny and I got 40, and we hate each other so much that we love each other. We love each other that we hate each other. We hate loving each other and we love hating each other. We used to have hallway sex. You ever had hallway sex? Hallway sex is when you pass each other in the hallway and you look at the other one and you say, fuck you. I said, fuck you too. It's hallway sex. So I'm feeling better now. Of course, I just smoked 2 big spliffs and I'm having a mouthful of wine. But I think you guys see and hear me all the time. You know I'm not all there. Like, I'm not ashamed of my insanity. It came with the package. I have fun. My dad. See? Now he's on that side. Follows me. I'm a guy. Me and him through some scary driving trips. He used to hang off my rearview mirror. You don't want to know what that poor boy had to go through. 180 kilometers an hour, and a girl pulls out of a dirt road right in front of me on the highway. I'm doing a $180 in my 1-ton Chevy. Guess what? I managed. I could still drive my truck. I couldn't see over the hood, but both parts of her car, one was in that ditch, the other half was in that ditch. 180 kilometers an hour, and she pulled right out in front of me. I didn't even have time to even touch the brake. I just said, oh, fuck, this is going to hurt. I thought it did. And then one time with Jenny's little brother, I don't know where. I used to just get on roads and go because I was putting bank machines in all over Ontario, so I was always looking for like logging roads and shit. So I come flying down this. It said Kennedy Road, and it was it was close to Toronto. I'm thinking, well, I wonder if that's the same because Yonge Street goes to Manitoba. Dundas Street is actually Highway 5 or 2, same as Lakeshore. So I'm thinking it's probably the same Kennedy, so I should be able to follow this all the way to Toronto. And I come barreling down a dirt road, and I'm going like 100. You had to see my truck. I had a brand new pickup truck. I had an 81. Was it an 81? Yeah. It wasn't, or an 88. No, it was an 88. I had an 88. And brand new, it was $18,000. My truck cost $36,000. It had a racing motor in it, do rads, blueprinted transmission and motor in it. 590 some 99 horsepower, almost 600 horsepower. So I got a lot of tickets with it. Yeah, I think I probably paid to have the 401 highway repaved with all my tickets. It was big. Sometimes I go in the end of the month, I'd have like 3,000 because I parked anywhere. There's servicing it. But anyway, so I come flying down this Kennedy Road, and I'm boogieing. We're not even, we're in the middle of bumfuck Egypt. I don't even know where we are. So there's a hill going up about like yay. I get to the top of the hill. I'm flying. The truck's airborne. I look down. When you got to the top of the hill, it went like this. So I'm figuring I'm going to be 6, 8 feet in the air. No, I'm like 20 fucking feet in the air in a truck going like 200 miles an hour. And I look out over the windshield. I can't see because the truck's hydroplaning. Thank God it slowed it down a bit. And then I can see. It's a huge black and yellow checkered diamond-shaped sign with an arrow pointing left. That's right. An arrow pointing right and an arrow pointing left. No arrow going straight. I'm going straight. When you're flying and you turn the wheel, nothing happens, bro. Jenny's little brother, he was praying. He was praying. The boy was actually praying. I love Jamie. I missed him. I haven't seen him in years. I missed him. He was such a funny guy. We had a lot of good times in that truck. He was praying. So I just, what are you going to do? You know, like this, it sounds like a long story, but this is, you got to remember, this is happening in like 3 seconds. So I just closed my eyes and kept going like this with the wheel, right? The truck hits, it bounces way up in the air again, stuff goes flying everywhere as I smash my head off the ceiling, bite my tongue, truck comes down again, bounces a couple more times. I'm spinning the wheel, it spins around like 9 times, and then it comes to a stop and stalls. And when I look, we're pointing straight down the opposite way that I want it to go this way. It's pointing down that way, you know. And I look at Jamie and says, "Yeah, we're gonna go this way, bud." Start the truck again. Didn't get out to pick up the tools or not to fucking keep. Oh, I don't care. And I'm alive. We did go back later and grab some shit because I lost a lot of power tools. And I drove like a mile or a kilometer, whatever you call it, down the road, and I got out of the truck and puked my guts because I thought I did. I thought I killed him and me for sure. I did. I'm thinking even if I keep it under control, when it hits, it's not like when they show you that shit in the movies. They don't show you what happens to the vehicle when it lands. You know, 9 times out of 10 it just explodes into fucking a million pieces. You can't jump a truck, 30 feet in the air and just let it slam down. Or the General on the Dukes there, that, what is it, Dukes of Hazzard? You can't do that to them trucks, man. A car like that Dukes of Hazzard car, they probably went through 2,000 of them every season. You're smashing them up left, right. You can't jump a car like that. You gotta, unless you got all the suspension and shit on it made to do it. But then it's gonna be 10 feet off the ground. You're gonna know it's all done. Me, I just drove it fucking Tony. I was nuts. I gave my license up. I went into the Ministry of Transportation on my birthday. And I put my driver's license on the counter. I signed myself on that house afterward too. And I walked out the door. She's chasing me out the door saying, "Sarah, you forgot your driver's license." I said, "No, I'm fucking nuts. You gotta take it. Look at my driving record. Look at my speeding record." They're like, I don't want it. Take it. I don't need it. I don't need that no more. She said, "Like, sir, your driver's license." And I'm saying, "What? Can you hear me now?" I don't want it no more. And I've never got my license back. It got where I was aiming at people. I invented road rage. I started aiming at people. You want to be an asshole? I chased one guy one time from, only people that live up here would know. I chased a guy from White's Road in Pickering all the way to fucking Brown's Line and Lakeshore one night just to hit him with a fucking bat because he cut me off on the on-ramp. I'm driving a 1-ton truck and this guy calls his little fucking Volkswagen, some kind of fucking, not Volkswagen, Datsun something. He cuts me off on the off-ramp almost, my brand new truck. Yeah, well, he wasn't happy when I caught him, boys, I'll tell you that. He probably got an allergy of white Chevy pickups now. So there you go, there's something out of my life. Someday when you're all happy and having a real good time, I'll tell you what happened when I committed suicide. I committed suicide once. Blog that, just type it in. Lighthouse Dan Burner, I committed suicide once. It's not my blog. The reason I brought that up was that's one of the blogs I write where I tell you what happens when you die. Because I've had I've been dead 9 times legally now, but the 2 in the hospital last year, nothing happened. They just same old shit. But the other 7 I had after death experiences, not near death, after death experiences, and I actually participated in a thing in Sunnybrook. There's near death and after death. A lot of people. I thought I was all alone, and all of us went. In the after death clinic, say there was 1,000 people that went through there. 700 of them say the same thing as me, that they had 7 paths to choose from, and that usually there was only one or two other people on 2 of the paths. That 5 of the paths were always empty. But we're not supposed to know that. I tell you this much, but I don't want to get right into that right now because I'm already at 15 minutes. It's not a place. It's not a thing. You can't describe it. There's 7 paths. That's all I can tell you, and you gotta choose one, right? And whatever path you choose, and this gets right back to people like me who believe in the multiverses, where there's seven multiverses. There's actually 8. We say 7, but 8 is the final. So the first 7 times you die and ascend, you make the choice, but you don't remember any of it. You're not supposed to remember any of it because it would make your next life invalid because you already know what's coming, And then when you get to the 8th one, that's whatever your creator, your God, the hairy thunder, the cosmic muffin, whatever you consider him, her to be, or even it. Everybody's got their own beliefs. Me, myself, I believe in creators because I've met them. What was I telling you? So, if you make those, when you get to the 8th one, you should have already served your penance on the 7 paths that you leave behind. One of them is your purgatory. We say purgatory is forever. It's not. Purgatory is like waiting for an appeal on your bill hearing. So your 7th life in the multiverse, your 7th plane of existence, you also serve your penance. That's when Mother Karma comes and gets her and her brother Chaos. They come. See, he's on that side. That he's cool, man. Yeah, you don't even see him do it either. He just does it. He's sneaky as fuck. Okay, let's get serious here. I'm talking to you serious. Can you focus for a while? Ever since you guys legalized marijuana, I've been high. Oh, wait, no, I was high way before you legalized marijuana. Okay, don't worry about that. I remember when we called it weed. Didn't have names yet. Alcohol Gold, Panama Red, stuff I stole from Fred. If you tell him you're dead, that kind of weed. So, anyways, I'm totally so. And your eighth time at bat, you ascend. If you haven't made your choice is made for you. Which I'm sure. I'm going to hell. I know I'm going to hell. I am. You guys don't believe me. Nobody believes me. I am. I'm going to hell. It does exist. Not the way it's described in the Catholic. You gotta remember, Abe. Like, I'll give you an example. Say 250,000 years from now, some modern fucking archaeologist digs up the original copy of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. Now picture this. That's been in a museum that looks like a church, that looks like a temple. The archaeologists dig it up and they find J.R.R. Tolkien's original manuscripts for all the Hobbit books. Everything. Right? They're going to look at that the way we look at the Bible. And they're going to think that we had a bunch of hobbits running around. Jojo Bell, which is cool, right? Because I'd be Gandalf. But there's a little something for you to think about. Picture that now, even a million years from now, they find the temple, but it's actually the, Toronto Library, the old one. Looks like a castle, and they dig it up, and they find the sacred scrolls of J.R.R. Tolkien, with complete maps of Middle Earth, Little Earth, and all that, and the tales of the dragons and the musician. And then they're going to think, okay, so this is what happened to our relatives, our ancestors. They were all hobbits in it. That explains why my sister's short and fat. And she's a fucking hobbit. Yeah. Just think about that for a while. I'll wait here. Anyways. You know what? This is Dan coming from you. From the east wing of my luxurious suite. Still alive.
according to a new survey, many of these business owners say
Had his little glass, had his joint, and have a cigarette to feed the, he said they're having cancer if you're not going to feed it them. Look at the cancer, a cigarette or two. Lay me heady down on that pillow and think dirty thoughts about clean woman or clean thoughts about dirty woman. That's what I do. Been doing it all my life. I'm a guy, eh? No, I don't give a shit about that shit. I'd rather write a book or eat. I would rather have a Skittles cheesecake on a good day than have to get all sweaty and have to have a shower afterward and all that shit. Like, been there, done that, Yeah, I love it.
he plans to keep offering virtual workshops even when he can go back to
My bad eye follows good though. They always said that. So it doesn't. It used to just sit still. Now, since I did this electrical shit on it, now it moves with my other eye, I guess. I love you all. I'm burned out. Mentally burned out. Every time I write about Jordan, I guess I'm running on like an adrenaline rush. And then when I save and shut the computer down, it goes about an hour after that. It hits me like I can feel all my energy just. It's a hard story to tell. I love everybody. Can't hate people. No sense hating. You gotta do what you gotta do. We all gotta live here together, and the sooner we realize all that, like we'll all sing, all we are saying is give peace a chance, and then we'll go home and fight all night. Humans are like cockroach. You can't trust any of us. Like we lie to ourselves. We do. You think about it. Everybody lies to themselves. And then we want you to believe us, even though you know that I'm always lying to myself. I want you to believe me when I'm talking to you, and you're supposed to, according to society. We're a selfish species. Why should anybody have extra anything? If we can manufacture the food, why don't we just manufacture the food? Joe works there, Why do you need a monetary system? It should just be supply everything. Everybody supplies everything like they did for 50,000, 80,000 years before the monetary system came into effect. And that was probably, if I remember correctly, Romans and God bless the Catholics. And not even a barter system. Like, you could have a barter system, but the necessities of life should just be there, like potatoes, rice, and all that. Why do people have to get paid to grow for our food? Why does anybody have to get paid to do anything? Why don't we just continue society the way it is with no money? You just stock the stores, you need something, you go in and you get it. Maybe limits on some things, like you can't go and say, how many cows you got. Okay, well, give me all the cows and 3 pigs and a partridge. And a pear tree if you have it in the garden center. We have meat tonight.
Hey, honey, can you give me a hand?
Oh, honey, can you give me a hand? You seen that commercial? Ontario Lottery even? It's like he's in the backyard looking over his shoulder and he opens up his laptop and all the gaming machines come down on wires. The wife shouts his name and asks, give him a hand. All the thing, like it's teaching him to, gamble in secret. So the wife don't catch him on the machines. As soon as he closes his laptop, the things go up in the sky. Well, that's what they're supposed to be supporting people with gaming, helping people with gaming addictions. Here they're saying, yeah, we'll make it disappear. Yeah, go up by the pool. She'll never catch you there. Spend the mortgage money. That thing there. It's called television. Evil, man. It's evil. It's the demigod. That thing right there. What's gonna happen when the ants outgrow us and come back and say, remember that time you maced me? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then you fed my kid with the poison, and he took it home to his mom and they killed her. Yeah, well, the ants, I'm the uncle, I'm not the aunt. See, now he's over there, see? Tell me, dude. Okay, you know what? And he's staring right at us, too. Okay, Daddy, come to bed. I gotta go to bed. Daffy's demanding I go to bed because I burned myself out mentally. I'll probably get up in 2 hours and write some more Jordan, so I want to get it out there. And I got writer's block with Jimmy, but I've explained that before. I always bounce between two books minimum, usually 3 or 4. I'm writing at the same time. Oh, excuse me. And usually different styles, like the Walking on Dawes is hardcore gangster shit. Jordan's is obvious. So I've started the second book of the. That's my good idea. I started the second book of it. And I'm still working on the first, but because I got the idea of the second book has to come out of the first book. The idea of the third book, because it's going to, I'm doing a 9-part mini series and see if I can sell it to CBC to, or anybody that does. I'll even put it on PBS. But it's not a gangster thing. It's more of a there's crime in it. There's smuggling cigarettes and marijuana. It's just four. I've explained it many times. It's just four Irish Canadian kids of 100% Irish descent, Canadian boys, growing up in the south end of St. John. And I'll tell you the truth. It's based on me and three of my friends, and I used our real street names. I'm Shaky, Madman, Boston Bob. You'll see. I ain't telling you no more. Read it down. Buy the book and read it. I don't know nothing. I've never read. I've read some of my books now because I don't read them. I proofread them, but when you're proofreading, you're not hearing the story. You're looking for mistakes, So I usually proofread them about 10 times, and there'll still be full of mistakes when I go print, and then I gotta proofread them again. But I've gotten pretty good at it. Plus, you get spell check and all that on the computers. But yeah, so yeah, I don't read. I had to when I'm writing in the series like Walking on Dawes, I'll have to read the last book, 6315, which by the way is I'm really proud of that. The last part of there's only 3 books in the Walking on Dawes series. The last one that I just published there last year, it was I give myself kudos for that one. I'd give myself an award for it. The difference between it and the other 8 books that I have published is just it's like a Ferrari up against a Cadillac. You can't compare it price wise. Maybe power wise, they're still as powerful, but it's a Ferrari. I'm proud of it. As you can see, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of 6315, and I'm proud of Ounce. Yeah, I haven't read Old Man with the Sea yet. I guess I might do that. But I don't have any of my books. I don't own a copy of any of them because every time I get them, I sign them and give them to somebody. Then I think, fuck, I gotta buy my, I gotta buy them the same as you guys do. I don't pay as much as you guys do, but I gotta pay for printing and all that shit. So that's that. We're at 27 minutes, 26 seconds. This is, I was gonna say Dirty Dan. That's what I'm drinking. When I'm drinking, I'm Dirty Dan. Maybe next year we do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Can you hear that? Can you hear it? Let me turn it up for you, Yeah, next year we'll do Dirty Dan's Dying Adventures with drinking or something. I don't know. If I fall off the wagon, has it been said? No, I'm good for 2 more years. It's every 7 years I go nuts. And every 7 years, I used to get arrested for something really bad every 7 years, but nuts. I've only been arrested up here a couple of times since I got out of prison. About a year after I got out of prison, fucking punk cop called my black friend my buddy Brown Boy, called him the N-word. My buddy Brown Boy. So I said, I got the Brown Boy. I jumped right over the hood of the car. I knocked that cop right out. Fucking one punch, boom. What the hell's wrong with your racist ass? Called Brown Boy and I almost said it, the N-word. Yeah. My buddy Brown Boy. Then we both had to go to court. I didn't know he knew me as Shake. He didn't know my name was Dan Werner. I didn't know his name was Terry, blah, blah, blah. Until we got to court. And they're saying, well, wait, so the prosecutor says, okay, don't you think it's derogatory that you called this man Brown Boy? I said, when I met him, I said, my name's Shake. He says, my name's Brown Boy. I said, if he said his name was Fred, I'd be calling him Fred. But he told me his name was Brown Boy. So I call him Brown Boy. They threw the case out. Anyways, I love you. Peace out. Pray forward. This is Diane Dan's digital, see? I'm getting a video. Adventures with Death. I'll make this episode 48 part 2. That's 2 for you people that can't count in English. Okay, bye.